What's coming in 2023? The thing that everyone I think is most excited about, and I mean when I've been in a Tesla factory and I've talked to Tesla employees and I asked them what they're excited about, the thing that everyone is the most excited about is Cybertruck. Cybertruck, I expect production to start late Q2 or sometime in Q3. Cybertruck is going to be huge. Cybertruck, I think we'll see production start Q2 in very limited volume, or maybe it won't start till Q3. Cybertruck production will ramp, and we will see some number of thousands of Cybertrucks delivered by the end of the year. I'm hoping more than 10,000 because I'm around order number 10,000. I think there's a chance it'll be 20,000 or more. We'll see. That's going to be really exciting. And Cybertruck is going to be a game changer for Tesla in the sense that there's a huge market of pickup trucks, particularly in North America and a few other places where these are high value vehicles that are very important. They use a lot of CO2. They emit a lot of CO2. They have a lot of emissions. They use a lot of fossil fuels. They're relatively inefficient. Cybertruck is going to be much more efficient than diesel or gasoline pickup trucks, and that's going to be a big advantage for society, for the environment, and it's going to be big for Tesla. This is going to be a high profit vehicle. It's going to be a high revenue, high profit vehicle. People are asking me all the time, what's pricing going to be for Cybertruck? I don't know. I think it's unlikely to come in at the pricing they suggested. The original plan was tri-motor, three-motor Cybertruck, dual motor, and single motor Cybertruck. I think Elon has said the first Cybertruck will be quad motor, so that would be separate from the pricing. That the original pricing was for tri-motor. So my gut hunch is quad motor is going to be significantly more expensive than the $70,000 price for tri-motor. Now, if they can get it under $80,000, it gets a $7,500 tax credit. But I think that the quad motor will probably be closer to 100 grand. That's just my gut. That I think people will pay on, especially early on in the first 6 months or a year when production is low and they're still ramping to meet demand. They can sell them for $100,000 a year, and they'll sell every one they make. And then they can see as time goes on, what is our actual cost of building this thing? What are the commodities costs? What is the market like? And eventually, especially dual motor Cybertruck will come in under $80,000, and you'll get your tax credit with dual motor Cybertruck. And I think that Tesla will be able to sell every quad motor they make at $100,000. And they will shift to making dual motors in volume at some point when the demand for quad motor trickles down a little, peters off a bit, and they'll sell dual motors. And then, the battery pack you need, there's a whole bunch of things going on there. The other thing is will they deliver a Roadster this year? They haven't said anything about Roadster. I almost wonder if they're going to do a surprise and deliver Roadster. I think single motor Cybertruck might be a couple years from now. At some point, once they're making Cybertruck in enough volume, it may make sense to make a single motor Cybertruck. It won't be $40,000. No. The other big piece of news that should be happening soon, although who knows when, Elon did make a reference to it recently. I think that they will announce Gigafactory locations, plural. I think there will be Tesla Gigafactory locations announced in 2023. I'm expecting to see three new Gigafactories, at least one new Gigafactory location announced. Everybody knows my prediction is Osaka, Japan, but who knows? I think we will also see the next generation Gigafactory for the next generation vehicle built in Shanghai or somewhere else in China, somewhere in North America, probably Texas, and somewhere in Europe. Not sure it'll be Berlin, maybe Ireland, I don't know. Volume expectations for the next generation platform are absolutely mind-bogglingly huge. I think they're going to produce in the, let's say, 2025 or 2026. I think their goal is probably to sell, produce 6 to 8 million of those vehicles a year. Let's say 4 or 5 million of other vehicles they're producing between Cybertruck, Model Y, 3, etc. That'll get you well over 10 million vehicles a year. That's where I think they're headed. Another thing that people don't talk about with Tesla as much as they should, I'm seeing more attention being paid to this, is Megapack storage. We already have a mega factory in Lathrop, California that's going. I think it's likely that we will see additional mega factories, additional factories to build Megapack. One in Asia, one in Europe, maybe two in Asia, because India could probably use one as well. I think that's a big deal. That's going to be a game changer for society. Again, it's going to be a game changer for Tesla. Storage deployed is the number to watch for. Just to be clear, January 21st or so, we're going to get Tesla's Q4 earnings report. And there's on the second chart, not the second page of the document, but the second page of charts, which is early in the document, like third or fourth page, you're going to see a line, storage deployed. and that number was like 2 gigawatt hours in Q4. I'm expecting that number to top 3 gigawatt hours in Q3. It was 2 gigawatt hours or more than 2 gigawatt hours. I'm expecting it to top 3 gigawatt hours in Q4. And I think when you add that up for 2023, we should see at least 10 and maybe 15 or more gigawatt hours of storage deployed in 2023. And we should see an announcement of a new Powerwall. There should be a new Powerwall that's based on lithium iron phosphate battery cells instead of nickel based cells. This has two advantages. One, lithium iron phosphate cells are less expensive and they're more appropriate for stationary storage. And two, it frees up nickel based cells to produce more vehicles that need nickel based cells. So we want to free up nickel based cells and we want to produce more Powerwalls. Powerwall is a very, very high dollars per kilowatt hour product, especially when you combine it with solar. So when you follow my battery revenue model, dollars per kilowatt hour is important. A Model 3 standard range plus, $47,000 works out to about $800 a kilowatt hour. A mega pack at 4 megawatt hours, $2 million is about $500 a kilowatt hour. But Powerwall, about $13,000, really $10,000 when you buy them at scale for 13.5 kilowatt hours, is more like $800 a kilowatt hour. But when you add in the solar that you install with Powerwall, it's way over $1,000 a kilowatt hour. So when you're looking at my battery revenue model, you want to see a lot of Powerwalls combined with a lot of solar. Just Powerwalls on their own, you're getting a lot of dollars per kilowatt hour. But Powerwalls combined with solar, it's off the charts. And just keep in mind, Cybertruck, if Cybertruck is a 150 kilowatt hour pack and it costs $75,000, that's only $500 a kilowatt hour. That's why I think we're going to see like a 180 kilowatt hour pack and over $100,000, and that's more than 500. That's like $600 a kilowatt hour. So FSD is big. FSD is improving. It's improving fast. I, still intervene a lot because the car either isn't as aggressive as I want it to be, or it makes poor lane choices, or there's this one particular intersection where it makes a right turn and should be making a left turn. It doesn't make dangerous decisions anymore. I almost never have an intervention to stop a crash. I'm trying to think if I can't remember the last time I had an intervention where it was going to crash if I didn't intervene. So I believe that Ashok Elaswamy, who's the director of Tesla's autopilot team, I believe he's really close to achieving his goal of making a car that won't crash, that it will avoid crashing itself at least. And hopefully it'll get to the point where it'll avoid other cars crashing into it as well. But they're making tremendous progress on that. And I think now as Dojo is coming online, as they're generating more and more data, as they got more and more computing power, we're going to see FSD improving faster and faster and faster. And I think there's a chance, I'm not saying it, and I don't like using the level system, but I think there's a chance we will achieve something like level 4 by the end of this year. And what I mean by that is at some point by the end of this year, and again, I may be optimistic, you will be able to stop paying attention. You have to stay in the driver's seat, and the car will prompt you when you need to take over.